Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got to look at the Mogami for you. Tier 7 Japanese Cruiser. Makawa in the pilot seat for this one. Sometimes I'll use Azure Lane Atago. Higher damage output, higher incoming damage for your cruiser. Or other times I'll use this Makawa build, which is what I've been using lately. Shards domination mode. Here we are on the east spawn, south side on C. Now, no destroyers this particular match. Okay, so that usually slows down at least the opening part of the match a little bit, just because everyone's a little bit hesitant. And what you want to be doing in these situations is kind of evaluate, okay, who can spot and who cannot. Now we have an Alaska over here, we got a Mogami, and we got a Minotaur. Okay, now if you know anything about those ships, which one should be moving forward, which one should be spotting, should be relatively obvious, I would think. The Alaska can actually tank incoming shots, the Mogami and the Minotaur cannot. Okay, but you can see the Alaska's backing up and then he's going full broadside while pointing towards sea. So he's not really in the mood to do that. In fact, he's going to keep telling me to spot for him. So we're going to go ahead and throw down some zoning torps here. And then we're basically going to say, okay, C's unwinnable. Okay, we cannot push in there. They're going to have an Alaska Minotaur and a Yamato back there. And me moving into them means that this game's never shown to you because it only lasts a minute from my perspective. Okay, so there's forcing plays that need to take place, and then there's being too crazy about it and charging ships that can absolutely beat the crap out of you would be on that part of the spectrum. So there was the Minotaur. We go ahead and take a shot at him. We are getting spotted here, probably from the mid. On Shards, you always want to keep in mind it's a smaller map, and people can spot you from crossfire positions basically at all times. So you got to be keeping your head on a swivel. Alaska luckily had some HE loaded, look like there, but we need to be disengaging here, so we're gaining some speed. There's the Yamato. That's when we know it's time to move on with our lives. And we're getting shot by all three ships over here. So time to get out of here. Luckily, we didn't get one shot by the Yamato there. We're going to go ahead and spin around and get the right-hand side of the ship's torpedo launchers in play once we can safely do so. And that would hopefully be when we drop spot from not shooting. Well, there we go ahead and shoot, and rather than drop spot, which would have been more advisable, we just tried to retaliate with the one gun. So we got some speed, we got some angle, we're sailing away from the threats to us. That's kind of Japanese Cruiser 101, but reevaluating the situation, especially as we lose half of our health in one shot there. Okay, now it's time to get out of here. This isn't going to work. This game is not going well. You can see we're giving up A for no good reason whatsoever. None of the ships that spawned over there want to play it. C, none of the ships that spawned over here, myself included, wanted to play C for the reasons I outlined earlier. And then the guys on B, who actually could probably capture the base since they're surrounding that island there. One of those guys can get a protected angle on B, but they're not going to do that either. So, not good, even though we're up a ship here, and we're actually up in score at the moment, but Red easily in control of this game at this point in time. So we're going to be trying to ping the base. This is a programming error. We've talked about this with Wargaming numerous times over the years. Pinging the base should be the top choice. Pinging your teammates' ships and saying, help that guy, much lower priority than saying, get on the base. Getting on the base is the key to winning the game. Telling your ship I need help or that ship needs help on our team can be valuable in some instances, but it's not nearly as valuable as trying to get people's attention on the bases, because you can see this game is rapidly deteriorating here. The Minotaur in between the two islands on the left side of the cap there, he's the one capturing the base. We don't have a shot on him. I got the plane launched trying to get an angle on him, but of course we got 3 or 4 cruisers just sitting down here. None of them have a shot, and this is kind of feeling quite impotent, this position, and we're just not getting anything done. You can see we haven't had any damage since that one shot on the Minotaur. We're trying to find a position where we can actually do something, but it feels to me at least like the game sliding away. Once again, the Alaska recommending that I get in the cap. Okay, fine. I guess since this game's looking like a loss, maybe we'll be a little bit more aggressive. But here, look at this. The Minotaur coming around in broadside. So we switch over to the AP, get that loaded. Take a little bit of a blind fire shot, but we're looking at the map and then we're kind of using the suggested aim point from the game as well, and we get a decent shot there. Double citadel hit. Minotaur is getting low. Look at this, he's coming back around broadside. We're going to see if we can finish him off. Fire away there, and decent hit, you know, 6-7k damage, whatever it was, but it didn't quite wipe him off the map. Here's a shot from the Alaska that does devastate him and take him off the board. So a good shot from the Alaska there. And now we're kind of okay. Well, our forward momentum's coming through here. We're not getting spotted currently, which means the guys on B should have a clear shot at that cap. There's nothing there, but like Yamato coming around here. Now this is a couple weeks ago when there were still a bunch of R's in all these legendary ships. Luckily that's gone away. And I'm not saying the people playing legendary tier are any more skilled than the rental players were at the time, but nevertheless it's slightly improved, as I'm sure most people would agree. Note the aim point on those torps. We were expecting the Yamato to make some sort of movement, and that's what he's actually going to be doing here. He's kind of angling in, thinking, okay, maybe there are torps, or maybe he's trying to get his guns on someone, or who knows what he's doing, but he is turning like we predicted there. And we got the follow-up salvo here, so we're going to zoom in and check these torps, and you can see the rightmost torp gets him in the nose there, gets a flood, and HE shells. Well, we don't get a fire there, but check the top right corner, no damage ticking up. That means he uses the damage control on that flood. And check this out here. We're going to get him with hopefully a fire there. There's the fire, and once again, the right pair of torps this time. Boom, boom. Double flood and the fire, and Yamato R is in serious trouble. He's on the ropes, and we don't really need to even fire at him anymore at this point in time. He just used the damage control moments ago, and even if nobody else on our team hits him, he will die very shortly from his wounds, which there he goes off the board. So a little bit of life. We are actually tied in ships for loss per side, but you can see conceding 2 caps, well, if you check the score, not a very sound strategy, because we are down 260, 70 points, whatever it is, and we got some work to do. Okay, so hopefully the Alaska that's been by sea, I think he's over there. He's either the ship by me, or I think he's the one to the east of sea, whatever. Hopefully he gets on the cap, at least stops the bleeding there. And here, this Alaska on the red team's low, and everyone on the team's piling in. So he's going to go down. We're actually going to take a ship lead here, at least briefly. Now, once that ship is done, here's another Yamato. He's got a lot of health, and we're keeping an eye on the spot. One of the reasons I like Makawa and some of these maneuverability cruiser commanders is you get ingenious. There you can see the one by the spotted icon. That means one of these ships is targeting us. Now, Alaska to the north, his shot is blocked by the island, so we can assume it's most likely the Yamato, and of course we don't want that ship shooting us. So we're going to be playing with the throttle, vigorously jerking it up and down, the the controls of the ship, and see what we can do here. And then we angle away from him. We do have some torps coming his way. Got him on fire once again. Kind of how we deal damage with these Japanese cruisers, just kind of lean in on the enemy here. We get these fires going, we get the big HE shots coming, and then if we can get these zoning torps, which we're basically throwing in the area of where these ships are expected to be and where we think they're going to be turning or whatever, then if we can get some extra torpedo damage, great. But basically we're just throwing those torps into the B cap, making it extremely difficult for any red ships to play that area here. Finally, the Alaska does move into the cap. Now he's dead set on ramming the enemy Alaska, which is going to wind up eliminating the red Alaska, but the blue Alaska has more HP. Okay, so it's actually going to be a bad trade. He will get a die-hard medal, though, which I haven't gotten one of those in about 2 years, so from that perspective, it's definitely worth it. But when you're considering should I ram or not ram, really the only time you want to do that is if you're certain you're going to die, but you feel that's the best way to do a little bit of spike damage before you go down. Or if, more commonly, what's going to happen is the enemy player that you're trying to ram will have quite a bit more health than you, and you guys are both angled, so you can't rapidly deplete that health. But you, as the lower health ship, if you can take him off the board, then it's a net gain from a team HP perspective. Okay, let's say you got 10,000 health, you ram a 50,000 health ship, and you both die. Well, then that's a net 40,000 team HP plays. So those are the two situations. Number one, I know I'm going to die. There's a 99% chance. Maybe I can get more damage ramming than not. Or more likely, I'm trading a lower HP ship for a higher HP ship. Those are the two situations I'd ever really ram. But by the time he gets the ram off, he's going to have quite a bit more health, I believe. We'll scan him here and verify that. Not a huge discrepancy, but enough that I would not have personally advised the ram. Nevertheless, he does get the Alaska off, which is good, because now we're up 4 ships to 2 briefly. That, of course, will go to 4 to 3 once he floods out. But now it's me and 2 Minotaurs. Now check the position. We got the 1 Minotaur on C, the other one all the way down to the south, kind of in between A and B. Not in a position to pressure the cap. Now, at this point in time, we got less than 5 minutes left on the score, and even flipping these caps, I mean, flipping C would be good because that'll stem the bleeding. It'll slow down how quickly we're going to lose on score. But we're kind of committed to having to win by sinking everyone, which is a bad strategy. You don't want to rely on that. You don't want to go into the game saying, I'm going to spot the red team caps. But that's what's going to happen a lot of times. Now, we're going to take some wicked shots here. We shot before we fully turned out, which is a mistake. But we were desperate to get the Kansas off, who blows us up. He doesn't quite dev strike us there, but he does get a wicked shot. And that's the downside of the Mogami, is you can basically get killed from many angles from battleships. You can often protect yourself if you angle, but broadside you'll blow up automatically. Now, look at this. The Torps flying in there. And I'm looking at the game. Oh no, 2 Minotaurs who have been relatively passive the entire game, and they got a battleship and a full health cruiser. So I'm like, okay, well, are they going to take the chance? Are they going to try and win this, or are they just going to sit there and watch the time go by? And we're watching the Torps, hoping, are they actually going to hit? And by this point in time, I'm thinking he probably already got by the B icon behind that island. So I'm like, okay, well, the Torps missed. Let's just stick around, see if this game winds up being a dud or not. And it's not looking good, frankly, because both these ships are one-shotable from the battleship, the Kansas. But boom, look at this. One of the Torp hits, and he gone! We actually get the Suzuya with a devastating strike, and that's going to inspire some confidence in these Minotaurs and make the job much easier. Okay, now, perhaps if they charged in and killed the Kansas first, and then double-teamed the Suzuya, hopefully they would have been able to get that win anyways, but time is low, and these guys, if one of them gets blown up from the Kansas before they go down, then the game's a loss. So that Suzuya kill definitely helped out, and now these guys do a great job rushing the Kansas and taking him down for the win. So kind of a come-behind win there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships coming for you all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.